All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. I was not going to start on the Java Kotlin Payroll program until tomorrow, but changed my mind and I guess I'm going to do it now. So let's come in here and hopefully I'm going to do it right. Guess we'll find out. I can close this. Try this again, CD. All right, so you can see I'm here and I'm going to do a dir and there's nothing in here. Good. So I'm going to say not get. Oh boy. I probably shouldn't have started this tonight, but that's okay. Got the directory. That's what I want is Gradle init. All right. This will be an application. It'll be Kotlin. Target version. I think it does not, I can put 21. I can't put 21.0.12 or whatever mine is. It only wants whole numbers. Project name, single application project, Kotlin, Kotlin test. So now if I type in dir, you'll notice I've got all this stuff set up for me. Okay. All right. So there's basically nothing in there right now. Okay. For now, let's close this and this. And I'm going to do a file. Open folder. Payroll Kotlin. There. App. Source. Main. Kotlin. I don't know why it does this org example stuff, but it is. All right, so I'm going to open that up. And as I have been doing, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to copy, or I'm going to rename this to main.kt. Then I'm going to make a bunch of copies of it. So this first one, let's rename, and that will be payroll state.kt. Let's get everything out of it. So it's an empty file. All right, so let's take this, let's copy, and let's paste it about 5 times. And don't worry, we'll fix all these right now. All right, so we got this is screwed up because it's main.kt.kt. Now it's main.kt. Now everything's been removed from it. All right. And I'm going to have just going to rename. So our hourly calculator piece worker calculator commission calculator salaried calculator, and finally validation.kt. Okay, so this looks screwed up here. There. So I think everything is all right. I've got a bunch of empty files. What I want to do right now is to at least start doing, I'm not going to do main first. It's just way too long. It's too late in the day. So I'm going to go to calculator here. So this is, in fact, let's do this. So this is the hourly calculator.kt file. All right, so this file will hold info for hourly employees. Remember that hourly employees have an hours worked field and an hourly rate field, and the valid values for hours worked are 0 through 84, and the valid values for hourly rate are 0 through, and actually it should be 0.00 through 99.99. All right. Let's get this, and we'll leave it in there, that's fine. All right. Hourly employees are gross pay is hours worked times hourly rate if the employee works 40 hours. I will just say less than or equal to. Hourly employees gross pay is 40 times hourly rate plus hours worked minus 40 times hourly rate times 1.5. Okay, that's good enough. I think that's plenty of comments. So let's add some constants in here. So the minimum hours you can work are 0.0. The maximum hours you can work are 84.0. And again, they're basically arbitrary values. Talked about this before, but I figured that no one's going to work more than 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, which is why I picked that number. Oops, 99. All right. Let's have a function in here, calculate. And it will take in hours, which will be a double. And it will take rate, which will be a double. And it will produce, let's just call it gross pay result. All right. Val. Let's add a couple more constants in here. Const val, we'll call it over rate. That's the overtime rate. And that'll be equal to 1.5, not 11.5, 1.5. Let's go up a line here. And let's call const val max non-OT and we'll call that equal to 40.00. All right. So let's have a thing in here that we're going to call OT hours worked, and that's going to be equal to the hours worked Nah, we're going to leave that out of here. I don't like the way that I'm doing that. So if hours is less than or equal to max non-OT, just straight time. So let's add another couple of variables in here. Val gross, and that'll be a double. And let's have a val, just call it message, MSG, and that'll be a string. All right. Else, I've been trying to make sure on all these. Do it like that. We'll call this val OT hours, equal, because they work more than 40 hours. So if this is the case here, worked less than or equal to 40 hours, no OT. And this will be worked greater than 40 hours, OT coming. So here the overtime hours will be the hours minus max non-OT. And the gross will be equal to max non-OT times rate plus, this will be OT hours times rate times over rate. I think that's correct. Now, when we're all done with this, we will want to return our gross pay result, which we had up above, and that'll be the gross and the message, which we haven't put in yet. Okay, and that is everything except we have to put in a message here. So MSG equals per hour. Let's move this over so you can see what I'm working on here. There we go. So rate per hour. I think that's everything. This will be a little bit more complex, but let's start with this string here. All right. So that'll be hours times rate per hour. Let's put a plus here and put this on the next line. Call that OT hours, I think. Yeah. Dollar sign. That's the hours, but what's the rate here? Let's do this. The val OT rate is going to be equal to hours rate times the overtime rate, which means I can change this to just that. That'll be OT rate, and so will that. One more thing I want to add here, and that is up at the top. Import max non-OT, I have no idea what that is. And this import over rate, don't want that either, but I do want to take it at the top. No, we'll do it here. I want to import java.util.locale, and that is basically so that we're able to work in US dollars in this case. All right, I'm going to stop there. I've had enough for the night. Sorry about that. But we got to start. And what I will continue with, hopefully tomorrow, is I'm going to come in and I'm going to write the other three. In other words, I'm going to write the piece worker, the commission worker, or commission, the piece worker calculator, the commission calculator, and the salaried calculator. When I get done with those, all right, I'm going to write my one validation routine, then I'm going to write the payroll state, then I'm going to write the main.kt file. So that's the order in which I'll be doing things. See you tomorrow, hopefully.